Hey, so let's talk about quantum jumping and how after I learned this, it completely changed my life. So what is quantum jumping? Quantum jumping is steering your life in a particular direction by using your own powers of intention, observation, and awareness. So this probably isn't a surprise to you, but the way that your life is now is a compilation of all of the habits that you've had throughout your life. So what are you doing day in, day out? What are the decisions that you're making every single day? That is exactly what's gotten you to where you are right now and what your life looks like. And a part of the reason that your habits and the way that you're moving and making decisions and stuff is set up is based on how you feel about yourself. So what is your self-conscious and your conscious mind saying? What kind of stories are you telling? Are you saying, I'm great, I deserve the world, or are you saying, I'm not good enough? Because those are the types of thoughts that are literally steering every decision that you're making and is what's going to change your life. So to give you a clearer vision of kind of how this goes, I want to tell you a little bit about my story and how just making a conscious decision to quantum jump totally changed my life. To take you back, not too far back, but just a little bit back, when I graduated college, it was during the recession. So I graduated with a degree in advertising, and I could not get a job for the entire first year, which was really, really draining on me emotionally. So I just worked as a promo model during that time, which, I mean, first world problems, right? But it just made me feel like I just wasn't good enough to get hired for a full-time job. It just sort of stacked from there. So when I finally did get full-time jobs, I wasn't making enough money, and all of my friends were making more money bartending or doing bottle service. So I again went back to service industry and then decided just to travel because I thought, well, all of this isn't really working out the way I'd planned. So what am I gonna do now? Finally, after living in Key West, my now fiance, Mitch, and I decided it was time to move forward together and with our lives. So we left and went to St. Pete. So that was around the time the pandemic hit. At that point, kind of growing my social media, and I had a business reach out to me and offer me a marketing job. Still not great pay, still not, the level at which I felt like I should have reached at that time. And of course, during the pandemic, everything unfolded and I ended up not working there anymore. Just kind of during that year, I think everyone had a lot of time to reflect, right? I just kind of started thinking this is not it. I grew up watching Gossip Girl, and I thought I was gonna be in a penthouse, changing the world. I always felt like I was smart enough to do that and ambitious enough, and it just never panned out that way. And so I just decided no more. I was like, you know what? I need to start making decisions. If I wanna be 35 and a millionaire, I need to start making decisions now towards that end, right? So I started habit stacking. I also launched my first business during that time, which was kind of the first time I'd made money on my own outside of a crappy job at that point. So I kind of started to get a little bit of self-confidence from that and from doing the social media and stuff, and really I started habit stacking. So what does habit stacking mean? So basically you are changing one habit at a time in order to fully create the life that you desire. What I did was small steps, right? I started going to the gym. I started reading every day. I got a gratitude journal. These are all things that I still do to this day. I started taking supplements as soon as I started making enough money to invest in those every month because they are not cheap. I started doing things that were good for me. I purposefully joined the junior league so that I could be around women who were also successful and doing great things in the community rather than just meeting friends at bars, which is maybe what I'd done in the past. Just all of these different things, trying to do outdoor activities. Me and Mitch on the weekends, we were going hiking, or we try to go bike riding outside, or we try to, go kick around the soccer ball, things like that that really make you feel good. Even down to drinking more water. I feel like during my 20s, I never drank any water. It's crazy. You can probably tell in the pictures of me. But just all of these small things added up. But the quantum jump really happened that moment when I decided this is not how I want my life to be anymore, and I want to change it. And that's the moment I started taking action towards that Really, you can wake up one day and decide you want to be anything that you want within reason. I don't know if we can wake up and say we want to be astronauts, but we can wake up and say, I want to be a successful business person. I want people to respect me. I want to be perceived like this. And so you start dressing like and acting like and holding your head high like that person. And there's a reason the expression fake it till you make it is so popular, and it's because it's true. You literally fake it until that's what your life is. So I want to tell you 3 of probably the biggest things in my life that sort of helped me to quantum jump faster. First one would be altering your media consumption. I used to just follow people, especially on social media, that made me feel insecure about myself, that made me feel like my life wasn't good enough, and I would just sort of like wallow in self-pity about the fact that my life wasn't like theirs. So I decided that if I didn't like the way that following someone made me feel, I unfollowed them. And I encourage you that if you don't like the way following me makes you feel, I just want everyone to feel good. Hopefully the content that I'm giving you uplifts you, because that's my aim. The other thing is using affirmations daily, especially in the shower. I love saying affirmations. I'll say, everyone loves working with me. My clients love working with me. My employees love working with me. Everyone loves working with me, and I love working with them too. Especially when it comes to money, I will say, money comes to me freely and easily. Money is always coming to me. I attract money. It just loves me. Success loves me. Everyone is excited about how well I'm doing and how successful I'm becoming. Be surprised how much just saying those things to yourself once daily in the shower will change your life. Then the other thing is positivity and gratitude. So as I said before, I used to follow people and just wallow in self-pity about the fact that my life wasn't like theirs. Now I try to practice positivity and gratitude. So that's part of my gratitude journal that I do in the morning. I always write down what are the things that I'm grateful for, and it totally changes your outlook throughout the entire day. So I'll say, even down to the basics, like I'm thankful for Mitch, my fiance. I'm thankful for my parents. I'm thankful for support and my friends and my business and my clients. And whenever things stress me out throughout the day, I'll remember I'm grateful for this. I would be nowhere without all of these people in my life. And it radiates gratefulness and positivity from you. Now, the last little tip I want to give is that if you want to quantum jump and just jump into your dream life, the first thing you need to do is sit down and decide, what is your dream life? What do you want that to look like? Do you want to be a business owner? Do you want to go out and change the community? Do you want to start a beach cleanup or start a nonprofit where you're feeding people? Or how do you want to be perceived? How do you want to feel? What does that look like? What would the best ideal version of you dress like every day? And just sit down and really sketch exactly what that would look like, and then start moving towards that goal every single day. So have you ever heard of quantum jumping, and do you feel like you've ever quantum jumped in your life? I would love to hear your responses in the comments, and I hope you learned a little bit that'll help change your life. See ya.